welcome back to Capital Drama Club, the Capital Region's only high school theater talk show. We would like to thank our friends at Marino's Pizza for supporting our drama club. I'm Sophia Benny, the president of SGHS Drama Club, and today we're here with Richard Putorti and Amanda Quick, who played Seymour and Audrey in Schalmont's production of Little Shop of Horrors. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, so happy you guys could be on. All right, in as fast as you can, ready, set, go.
Okay, so it's basically introducing our characters. It's giving us all our backstory. It's kind of opening up in the shop and kind of showing how we are being watched by the street urchins and how they interact with our story. And it shows the development of the store and the plant itself.
Okay, and then Richard, Act 2. Ready, set, go.
Act 2, the plant turns out to be this really weird plant, and weird things start happening, and people start disappearing, and bad things just keep getting worse and worse, and by the end, everybody's dead, and the world is taken over, and that's the show.
Lovely. Love that. Love that for them. So what's your favorite number from the show? Like the big numbers, maybe the solos? Amanda?
I think for me, my favorite was Suddenly Seymour, because it was nice to get to know, like, I love the song itself, and then to get to work with Richard like that, it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. And Richard, what about you?
I mean, this musical is an Alan Menken musical, so I'm just going to love all of it. But for me, one of my favorite songs is Feed Me, which is where the plant starts talking for the first time, and Seymour's trying to what the heck is going on, and it's just such a fun number. So that one's really fun for me.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do some Little Shop of Horrors trivia. So Little Shop, in its debut, never made it to Broadway. In spite of this, how long did it run off Broadway? Anyone know? Have any guesses? I did not know the answer to this. I had to look it up.
See.
That's a tough one.
Popular. It was really popular. Is it, I don't know. I might be undershooting, but I'm not sure. Maybe like 2 or 3 years?
It's 5.
Wow, that's a long time.
Okay, so when it was revived on Broadway and put on Broadway in 2003, who played Audrey?
Oh, I have her signature right on the poster. It's, is that one Kaye?
Yes. So was Little Shop nominated for Best Revival in the 2004 Tony Awards?
In 2003.
You have a 50-50 shot, yes or no?
I'm gonna go with yes.
I think so.
It's actually no, because it was technically only a Broadway show once, because it never went to Broadway the first time. Unfortunately. So it wasn't considered in the revival category. But
so weird, because I know that You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, when it came to Broadway, was called a revival, and it almost won, but that's weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That was before Little Shop, so that's odd.
Yeah. I will definitely have to look that up. Okay. What duo wrote the score and book for Little Shop, but usually is seen in more Disney productions? You mentioned him earlier.
That would be Alan Menken. And Ashman, yeah.
Yes. Alan Menken and Howard Ashman. Good job. So do either of you have any fun stories of like your worst rehearsal mishap or like choke on stage? Either of you?
Amanda, you want to start while I think? Because I think you might have.
I can do that.
Okay.
So I've been doing drama for 3 years in the high school. I didn't have necessarily like an on stage in front of an audience kind of mishap. Thank God. But I did in one of our last plays. I tripped going up the set on one of our stairs because we had a 2-story set, and I sprained my ankle.
Oh no!
About 2 weeks before the show, and so I had to do the show with a sprained ankle.
Oh, yikes. At least it wasn't like a musical where there was a lot of dancing, I hope.
That's true.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it was like, that, but oh, I am so sorry. Richard, what about you?
Let's see. Normally in our shows, I'm the one that ends up covering for other people.
Share one of those stories.
So Newsies, I can tell you that Newsies, certain stuff was a mess. But one of my favorite cover-ups was during Seize the Day, when Davey's trying to, promote everybody to strike. There's one part where Crutchy comes out with his crutch because he redecorates it, and he's, strike!
Yeah.
Last night of the show, and Boston Spa, their whole cast is there because they were going to borrow our set. So they're all there, and they're like watching.
Mm-hmm.
He's not there. He's just not on. And so I'm on stage, just like a couple of Newsies, and I turn to Amanda as Rice, and I say, when are the other Newsies going to get here so we can strike? So awkward, and then we found out later that he missed his cue. Crutchy missed his cue because he was in the green room, too busy throwing cucumbers at his girlfriend, and he missed his cue. Someone said, aren't you looking on? And he dashed out of the green room, and it was too late. The damage was done.
Oh, that, I mean, like, as bad as that is, that's really funny. I mean,
it was funny.
Yeah, and kudos to you for picking up a line or two, but yeah.
In a lot of shows. Oh boy.
So how did your show process change with a new director and with the whole COVID thing?
So I know last year when we were still under Mr. Dignam, our new director now, she was, we called her our co-director, and she took more liberties, and she started choreographing some scenes and blocking some stuff for us. And so she kind of got one foot in the door last year. And so it was more of a smooth transition this year with her as our director. And this whole pandemic kind of took us all by storm, and it was a lot to process, but she was always there if we needed her to talk. And she's still trying to, get us all involved in stuff and make sure that we can still continue on and have that family drama atmosphere.
Yeah, that's really nice. Richard, any comments?
I'd agree with that. It was definitely a smoother transition than you might think because she was already getting more rain here. And I know that for our fall production, we didn't do a traditional play. We did more of a dramatic review. We did scenes from plays and musicals that our school had done in the past. We called it the Greatest Show. We did scenes, different popular scenes. Yeah. And so we already kind of had that musical feel under our belts. Mm-hmm. So that was helpful with the new director. And then as for the virus, I mean, to really anybody, it didn't really register until that last week where we finally started to see that stuff might happen.
Yeah.
So I don't think it changed our rehearsal progress as much, maybe just our attitudes about performing. Mm-hmm. But I do know that at least if you're talking about what changed a rehearsal atmosphere, I do know last year when Schalmont had the bad Coxsackie virus that was going around.
I remember that.
In our play, Noise is Off, because of one weird day where things started to fall apart, almost all of the kissing was taken out of the show. Not intentionally, but it just all fell apart. So it's weird how different pandemics affected us rather than this one, because we were fortunate enough to have it a little earlier than other schools.
Yeah, that's really nice for you guys. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm so happy you guys could be on today and to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Oh, there she is. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming. And next time on Capital Club, we will be with Kira Wood from Boysville's production of Legally Blonde. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.